Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or as I call them, Baddies Atlanta. We just gonna talk. I actually did like this episode. This was actually a very cute episode, believe it or not. Well, in my opinion, I enjoyed it. Um, it's sad that it's the end of the season, and girl, they finally gave us something where it did appear as though like this was a friend group, if that makes sense. Um, let's just talk because I got a lot to say, and then we'll get into the baddies ATL. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. Is as many times as I heard them say "shot o'clock" this episode, all I could think about was baddies because I think that's where that originated from. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was baddies, baddies, shot o'clock, right? So, like, as many times as I heard, I think Phaedra said it. I think Shamia said it. Maybe even Portia, Cynthia. I kept thinking about baddies, ATL, shot o'clock, girl. It's shot o'clock time.
It's not shot o'clock! Woo! Batty, batty, shot o'clock!
But nonetheless, the episode starts off, and as it always, have y'all noticed that this is kind of the thing with, I don't know if it's Housewives or maybe Atlanta, but anytime the girls seem to have a good time, it's usually when the cameras go down. It's like the footage that they get when I guess they let their hair down and just, throw it in a circle, is usually footage that somebody probably captured on their cell phones. But, anyways, it starts off with them, the cameras are down. I guess the crew has left and they are all in the pool having a good time. From what they said, it was fantastic. Honey, they was throwing it in a circle. Portia caused a tsunami. Girl, she was in the pool twerking, and all you saw was just tail, just girl, just knocking the water. Girl, it was water flying everywhere. Um, did y'all hear? I don't know whose voice it was. I kept rewinding and I couldn't figure it out. Somebody said something about a dun 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 Pussy. They said the P word. And I don't know what it was, but I heard somebody say, and I was like, girl, it was a lot going on in that pool. Can I say something? Girl, as far as I'm concerned, somebody got ate out that night. Because all I could think about, oh, excuse me, sorry. All I could think about was when they were in South Carolina. Was that South Carolina? And Portia told one of them, one of you gonna eat me out tonight. Hey! And I feel I feel like somebody had their face between somebody's legs later on that night. I feel it. I I feel it. Have y'all noticed? We just talking. Have y'all noticed that Phaedra has done? I guess she's the new queen of Thoughtlandia. Isn't that what she called Portia once upon a time? Baby Phaedra letting men pick her up, baby caress her cheeks, had her laying on her back, legs wide open. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, Phaedra is a grown single woman, so she can do what she wants to do. But it just goes to again when you think about the Phaedra that she presented earlier in the Real Housewives of Atlanta compared to now. I've said I feel like this actually is the real Phaedra. I think the Phaedra that she um, showed us in previous seasons, I think that was the representative. I think that was the person who she felt she had to be, um, due to her, I guess, being not, I was going to say lawyer. I was going to say lawyer. She's a lawyer. Due to her being a lawyer, probably, PK's kid. I feel a part of me does feel like the Phaedra that we get now, you know, the bust downs, the you see how the city girl. I feel like that might be the real Phaedra. Anyways, um, Angela and Drew they meet up, and they're having a conversation just about the previous night. And it's so crazy because I think some of us looked at the interaction between girl, the one who's suing NBC, Universal, Bravo, Truly Original, or somebody else for $20 million. Y'all know who she is? Y'all know who she is? Who is it?
Bang bang, bang bang bang, bang bang bang, bang bang bang.
Bang Bang Edie is what I call her. Bang Bang Cleo Edie. It's gonna be so sad that I'm not gonna be able to play Bang Bang no more after the season is over. Oh well. Anyways, Bang Bang put on a performance last week. All that, you my sister, and I love you. Girl, it was so cringy. And so basically, Drew said that girl, y'all called me an actress, but girl, this thing was giving you girl BET girl supporting actress tease. She was. That was a lot. I don't believe anything. I don't. It was just. I just felt like my face. Hold up, y'all. I felt like. What's her name? Bang Bang was doing that just for just for a scene. That's it. Um, they also kind of tapped on Britt and Kelly and how Kelly didn't have Bang Bang's back at the table. Girl, let's just talk about that. I really don't want to go through these notes like this. I just want to talk. Okay, we're gonna hit the points, but I just want to talk. Let's talk about Bang Bang and chicken and waffles. I feel like there's a lot happening with this friendship. I have stated plenty of times on my channel. I'll just keep it with these two. I really do believe that Britt and Kelly became friends only because of the show. I think that once they were probably cast for the show, or once they, probably thought they had a good chance of being on the show, I think that that's when they probably started to hang out. I don't think that Britt and Kelly were friends prior to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't. So I think their friendship was a friendship of convenience, a friendship of, oh girl, I'm gonna be hanging around this girl possibly. And then once they probably their spots were solidified, they were like, oh cool. Oh, we've been friends for a year, girl. So either what's happening with Britt and Kelly is recognizing that she just doesn't want to be her friend, or Kelly is starting to move funny because she wants to be on the other side with the other girls. Or it could be the whole glam situation that they talked about. So basically, what happened with the glam is Kelly says that Britt had a meeting with her glam team one day. Now, I do remember Kelly offering her glam to Britt when they were in Tennessee, Nashville. But I didn't take it as though Kelly was saying, let's share a glam team. I think that was just one of those things where, girl, she ain't got nobody right now. So I'm letting her use my glam squad for, this week. But girl, once we get back to Atlanta, girl, you're gonna have to kind of figure out your own stuff. We can actually start looking right now. Ask them, do they have a homeboy or a homegirl, or somebody that is a stylist, makeup artist, hairstylist, whatever, right? But I didn't take it as though Kelly was saying we can share a stylist. I will say, I noticed that when they were styling Britt and Kelly, their outfits were pretty much the same. I don't know if y'all notice that. Um, I don't like that Kelly is being passive aggressive with Britt. Girl, if you don't want to be the girlfriend no more, just tell her, girl, you know what? I just don't want to be your friend. Or girl, it really rubbed me the wrong way with how you were moving with my glam squad. Whatever the reason was, I feel like Kelly is just not saying it. So then we fast forward to last week, right? We get to the dinner, and then Kelly pretty much not pretty much kind of, she sides with Shamia, which I don't necessarily think that just because you're friends, you should side with your friend if you know or think that they are wrong. However, I think it's a way that you can do it. I'm just not going, even if I think my friend is all the way wrong, I'm not going to let my friend just be out there by herself while I know a group of girls or some punks at the table and it feels like they're all on her. Even if I think my friend is wrong, y'all just not gonna jump on my sister. You know what I'm saying? Now, girl, we could do a one-on-one, but girl, I'm not gonna hop in to embarrass her either. Like I feel like that's what Kelly did. I feel like Kelly, even if she felt like Shamia was right and Britt was wrong, I felt like her jumping in to kind of defend Shamia I thought was messed up because Shamia already has backup, some backup. Like you should be, if anything, trying to either smooth the conversation over some way, somehow, probably have Brit's back, and then tell her, girl, low key, girl, I ain't want to sit at the table, but girl, Shamia was right. Does that make sense? What I'm saying? Um, now with the glam stuff, I saw some people saying that, oh, Kelly is tripping with the glam. Let me tell y'all something. Kelly ain't tripping, in my opinion. For the most part, I don't really see the housewives really share glam like that. And when they do, it's probably two girls who are not really fashionistas, like a Giselle and a Robin, might share a glam squad. Portia and Drew shared a makeup artist. And as you remember, well, some of you may not, Portia, it was a day of Kelly's event at Balmain. Portia said, due to their makeup artist being with Drew for X amount of minutes or hours, whatever, the makeup artist only had 15 minutes to do her makeup. It will be damn near impossible for two girls on the same show who sometimes have the same call time to have the same glam squad. Let me give you an example. If it's me and you, or we'll just say the girls, if it's two of the girls and they have to be on set or at a restaurant at 5 o'clock, and like Portia said when she was hating on Shamia when she was late to the party, you have to leave your house at a magical hour in Atlanta to get wherever you need to get at the time. So say I need to leave my house by 4 o'clock to make sure I can get there by 5 because there might be a little bit of traffic. If we have the same glam people, then how the hell they gonna do both of us at the same time? I'm not gonna have nobody rushing through me to get to you. And you shouldn't want nobody rushing through you to get to me. Because we don't live together. So if I gotta be where I need to be at 5 o'clock, my glam gets to my house, say what? Sometimes it takes some of y'all forever to get ready. So say it's say the glam needs to get to your house at what, 2, 1 or 2. You got to get your makeup done. You got to get your hair done. We got to pick out an outfit. It may take 2 or 3 hours. At what point are the same glam people coming to you? So either they're gonna have to come to you before they come to me, and then that means that you're gonna have to probably redo your makeup before. You see what I'm trying to say? There's no way you can have the same glam people when you live in 2 different addresses, probably on 2 different opposite sides of town. It just ain't gonna work on the same show. And the girls who probably do have the same glam, it's probably 2 of the girls who really don't take a lot. Erica Jane and Dorit ain't gonna never have the same glam squad. Kenya Moore and Marlo ain't gonna never have the same glam squad. You see what I'm saying? It goes too. They put too much into their appearance. Now, when you one of the girls like Robin and Giselle, then y'all probably could. No. But even in those cases where like a Portia and a Drew had the same makeup artist, as you can tell, he didn't have enough time to do Portia's makeup. He only had 15 minutes to do her face. So the whole sharing glam, I completely get. I would not do it if I was on the show. It's one thing for me to lend the people that I employ to help you for today or maybe even for the week. But at some point while throughout the week, I need you to be trying to figure out who you need to hire for you. Because again, nobody's going to be rushing through me to get to you and then have to drive from your house on the other side of town to me, and I got to wait for them to do my makeup. Then I'm late to where I need to be, and then I look a mess because I had to rush through. Like, no, no, no. We're not sharing glam at all. Um, so Shiloh, which is Shamia's baby. Baby Shiloh basically damn near froze to death. I'm so confused. Can I say something? I don't know. Who are they hiring? I just okay. Girl, just because you are a lawyer don't mean you're a good lawyer. You can be dumb as hell. Okay? Just because you're a doctor don't mean you're a good doctor. You could be, girl, killing people left and right. Just because you are a hairstylist don't mean that you can fix hair. You somehow managed to get to get through cosmetology school, but girl, girl, your hands are a mess. Just because you're a barber and just because you have a license don't mean that you know how to cut hair. Girl, there's plenty of barbers out here that don't know how to fade and will push your line up back. Girl, line up be crooked. So just because you are, somewhat of an expert, or have, the credentials to back you up, don't mean that you're good at your job. With all that being said, who the hell is this nurse? Girl, I feel like based off, I'm just gonna talk real plain today. Girl, I feel like based off of who we saw in that surrogate office that was going to possibly carry Shamia's baby for her. It wouldn't look like they plucked somebody, girl, from the corner of the hood. Girl, that lady was giving me very much, girl, crackhead tease. No shade. Girl, I know that, girl, that sounds so mean. So based off of what I've already seen, how Shamia picks the people who she wants to work for her, whether it's a surrogate, I feel like whoever this nurse was probably one of her cousin's best friends. Girl, like, is she trying to help somebody? Girl, like, what nurse do you have in your house to the point where, girl, they don't, and then you have a baby who has health complications to the extent of what Shiloh has. What nurse do y'all have in your house to the point where, girl, they don't really know what they should be doing with this baby who has a plethora of health complications? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like, I would think in my head, I'm not trying to blame it on Shamia or the daddy, but girl, I'm gonna blame it on Shamia or the. Let me stop playing games with y'all, girl. I'm blaming it on Shamia and the daddy. Cause what the hell y'all doing to the point where y'all know y'all have a sickly daughter, but girl, y'all should be more. I would feel like y'all would probably be more like hands-on and thorough when it comes to picking out a nanny for your daughter who already has the complications that she has. Girl, y'all just got some random ass nurse. Girl, she got the house, girl, on Eskimo. Girl, The mama, girl, the mama on the phone, bitch, I said, I holler. The mama on the phone talking about, girl, what did she say? She said the nurse was at the North Pole. Bitch, she had that AC on 53. Girl, you know what I'm saying? And now the baby is sick, and the mama over the grandmother said it took an hour to get the baby back to normal. I'm just saying. Shamil's out of town. Gerald has to go to work. Girl, somebody got to pay for this $9 million house and that $500,000 car outside and these high ass medical bills because they ain't been paid by that check you getting from the radio station. So, girl, Gerald got to go to work. So I would just think that, girl, in a situation like this, everything would kind of just you would try to make it as like smoothly and like, girl, we have to make sure that whoever's gonna be here is like and not just some random ass bitch who don't know how to take care of my baby. Or even if she is a nurse, girl, she just ain't graduated from nursing school yesterday. Phaedra and Cynthia and Portia. I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh at the conversation. I'm not gonna, girl, y'all know I do not see it for Phaedra or Portia, but I did laugh. The conversation was funny. However, here I go with a however. Yes, it's a however. All I can think about is Phaedra left this show because this is the fact. Everybody don't watch Married to Medicine. We know that. So if you are somebody who left the show when Phaedra left the show, and then you came back to the show when Phaedra came back to the show, you ain't really learned nothing about Phaedra. All Phaedra doing really is just talking about people. She keeps making jokes about Kelly, calling her little shortcake. What is little strawberry shortcake, Tinkerbell? Phaedra and Kelly are probably the same height. Girl, you acting like you Cynthia Bailey, 5'10", supermodel. Like I'm so confused with the joke she's making about Kelly's height, as if girl, y'all not the same size. The only thing is Kelly got big ass titties and Phaedra don't, and 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 Phaedra got a big ass ass, girl, and Kelly don't. But other than that, girl, they're the same. I can almost bet you they probably can fit each other's clothes and don't have to even get them altered. Well, probably at the top because Kelly's. Well, they might have to go a little altered. Y'all get what I'm trying to say because the ass and the titties ain't the same. But girl, they can fit each other clothes. Anyways, um, so they're basically just talking, girl, just talking about people. She makes a joke about Angela being acting like a first grade school teacher, asking a whole bunch of questions. They made a joke about the African. Girl, I'm not gonna lie. The African starter kit. Girl, Phaedra said the African starter kit is a Rolls Royce, an AP bust down, and some Ferragamos. I did kind of giggle. That was funny. Um, and then Atlanta has become so scammy that basically, um, it's become a cashless city. Um, and all I could think about was what wasn't you married to Apollo? Wasn't Apollo one of those? No shade, but wasn't Apollo one of those scammies? And then you heard Portia say nothing but a whole bunch of scammies and scamolinas. But Portia, didn't I say your husband? Girl, I was so confused. I was like, okay, girl, we just living in our own land, right? Our own world. Um, Phaedra says Britt says Kelly. Oh, we already talked about the glam stuff. She doesn't want her using her glam. I completely understand and I agree. Not on the same. We can't do it on the same show. Not on the same show. We got the same call time. Girl, how we gonna use the same glam on the same show? And we both gotta be at the restaurant. Girl, we both gotta be there at 5 o'clock. Girl, and girl, you live in Buckhead and I live in Duluth. How they gonna do you and do me at the same time? Oh, so you gonna have them come to you in the morning? So you gonna be sitting there all day with your makeup and your stuff already? Oh, okay. Um, and then as y'all hear when they were basically talking about Brit, and let me say something. Brit been wrong a lot this season, but Brit wasn't wrong the previous night. Brit was absolutely right in her stance. Because let's just call a thing a thing. And I said this, what, I think it was last week or the week before last. Don't get it twisted. We gonna talk about Brit and those 2 rolls of toilet tissue that she had. But if y'all go back, or if you've already listened to my review, y'all, I know y'all remember when I went down a rundown of what everybody brought. I said Kelly had some water. I said Cynthia had a Target bag. I think I saw a box of Pampers, some Depends, and something else. Drew sent a lady over there with 4 recyclable bags. As far as I'm concerned, they probably had some canned goods in them. I think Portia wrote a check for $1,000, which really ain't shit if we're gonna be honest, for the housewives. I don't see it for Phaedra, but all I'm saying is if Phaedra can write damn near a $40,000 check on Married to Medicine, now she was late writing the check, but it don't take away from the fact that the heifer wrote the check. If Phaedra can write an almost $40,000 check for a fundraiser on Married to Medicine, because we still waiting on Nene's $20,000 from some years ago. Remember when Kenya wrote her check and they was still waiting on Nene? We still waiting on Nene's $20,000 check. But if Phaedra can write an almost $40,000 check, girl, in real life, $1,000 on the Housewives ain't really nothing. Girl, and I think girl, y'all, I give the same speech every week. I get it, everybody not the same. There are some broke housewives. But I do think that if somebody said something about $1,000 on Beverly Hills, it would be laughable. Girl, $1,000. So the point I'm trying to make is while they're all trying to paint Brit as she didn't really give a lot, which she didn't, girl, it's not like y'all gave a lot either. Y'all gave a little bit more than what she gave. But Kelly, you had water in your back in your trunk. I guarantee you that water that you had that was off brand, ain't nothing wrong with off brand water. Probably equaled out to be $100. That water was probably that water was probably $5.99 at Publix. You probably spent $150 on it. I'll give you that much. What Brit should have done, like one of the cousins said last week, what she should have done was went to the motherfucking store, got a whole bunch of dollar toothpastes, toothbrushes, a whole bunch of dollar toothpaste. Girl, it looked like she would have had a whole bunch of shit, got a whole bunch of water. Girl, she could have went to Walmart, got cases of water. Girl, for $4.99, $3.99. Girl, probably about $200 worth of water. Girl, $100 worth of toothbrushes and toothpaste. Girl, it would look like she had just done so much. Girl, oh, look at all this water. Girl, all this toothpaste and toothbrush. Thank you, girl. But she walk up, girl, with girl a 12 roll of Charmin. But no, Britt wasn't wrong for clocking Shamia because Shamia absolutely was telling a goddamn lie. Britt is a liar, don't get it twisted, but we're talking about Shamia right now. Shamia was a goddamn lie. Shamia was definitely talking about Britt when she said, girl, we can't be walking around here in Rolls Royces and driving Rolls Royces and Birkins. Because she had just said it early in the episode. And she was talking about Britt when she was in the van. But then when she repeats it and Britt clocks it, then all of a sudden, girl, I'm not even talking about you. Yes, you are. Girl. And now they're mad at Britt because they feel like Britt is doing too much. No, Britt actually didn't do enough in that scene, if you ask me. Because quiet as it's kept, she should have been checking Kelly ass, and she should have been on Shamia ass even more. And girl, and the next thing, she really should have been on everybody ass. Because even though I didn't give a lot, bitch, you gave some canned goods. Bitch, you gave some water. Girl, you gave $1,000. Stop acting like you wrote a check for $10,000, $15,000, girl. Girl, I don't even have no money and I can write $1,000 check. Hello? Anyways, um, and then did y'all hear? Y'all gotta listen to these people. Phaedra says we like fun, we like fantasy. Go back and listen to Faye. That's what she said. And and right then and there, it just made me. It just kind of solidified what I've always been saying, that these girls don't like to tell their truth. You have Portia, baby. When I tell you, Portia is a fucking idiot. That lady was over there making 1.6 to $2 million a season at one point on the Real Housewives of Atlanta before she quit. I thought Portia was making about 1.5, but the court hearing was leaked. And so we found out Portia was making up to $2 million. And she traded that in for $30,000, a $30,000 monthly allowance from an undocumented scammer who just got deported. I can't make that shit up. And you have people online trying to make it make sense, or trying to make it seem. Girl, we just talking. I'm all over the place. But girl, trying to make it seem as though Portia hit a lick, or Portia was playing chess not checkers. Bitch, if Portia was making almost 166,000, over $166,000 a month, if she was bringing in $2 million, plus the money she was making from Dish Nation. And I always say this: if Funky and Claudia and Al were making $250,000 and they was down on a motherfucking Foxhole YouTube show, I know it's streamed in other places, then girl, how much was Portia making on Dish Nation that was actually on television? So she gave up $166,000 just from Atlanta alone, $166,000 a month when you break it into 12 months, off $2 million. Then she gave up her Dish Nation check, and then this season she actually said out of her own mouth that she started to let Pampers by Portia fall to the wayside because she was taking on the duties of a wife. So Portia pretty much let all her businesses go, all of her jobs go, so she could collect $30,000 because Portia wanted to be the Maserati lady. I have been telling y'all this for the longest. The Maserati lady is a white lady. I think I found the clip. I think I do have the clip. Hold up.
Excuse me, what do you do for a living?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you do for a living?
I'm married. Why?
Married? Oh.
So the Maserati lady, it was, as you just saw, was the woman who got out of her car, blah, blah, blah. And it went viral, and everybody gagged, and everybody loved it. Shout out to the girls who actually live that real lifestyle, right? I don't know if I could necessarily just depend on somebody for my livelihood, because a motherfucker will, girl, stop loving you today and then you looking crazy. Um, but that's the life that Portia wanted to live. You can't live that life when your husband is, they say, an alleged scammer, undocumented. He owes almost $1 million to a private jet company. Girl, all this stuff is out there. And Portia gave up the lifestyle that she already had because she thought she was getting something more. And I can guarantee you, the lifestyle that Portia built for herself was more than what she probably was getting. Because now you don't have shit. Your husband is gone. They say he gonna pay $40,000, but girl, he in Nigeria. A month for spousal support for 15 months. Like, Portia, that was not a win. Portia trading in her life and her jobs for 15 months of marriage to be with Simon to receive $30,000, that was not a win. And I want the people out there who really know. Because there are people online saying, well, after taxes, Portia was only bringing in $400,000. Girl, after taxes, Portia was only bringing in $600,000. Girl, let me tell you something. I refuse to believe that if Portia was making $2 million, now don't get it twisted. I know the people that are rich, they pay more taxes than us, as they should. But you are not going to get me to believe that if Portia was making $2 million, they were taking $1.3 million out for taxes. Girl, and all she was bringing home was $600. Girl, what? Y'all telling me that Portia was making $2 million and they were snatching out 1.3 for taxes? I still believe after it was all said and done, I think Portia was still bringing in either a little bit over $1 million or close to $1 million. I do not believe that Portia was paying $1 million or 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, $1.5 million in taxes. I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I do not believe it. But again, girl, that is out of my tax bracket. So the girls who actually know, let us know how much you think Portia was bringing home. If her check was $2 million, how much was she bringing home after taxes? Was it 650,000? Was it 750,000? Do you think it was 900,000, or do you think it was 1.1, 1.2? Anyways, so yeah, girl. But back to Phaedra and what Phaedra said. We like to have fun. We like the fantasy. They don't like to tell their truths. She said it right here. That's the whole purpose of Phaedra coming back to the show, was to have fun and to create this fantasy. We're just gonna throw our asses in a circle, have a good time, but we really not here to tell our business. See, Angela, this is Phaedra's problem with Angela. Angela, you ask too many fucking questions. You need to shut up. You ask too many questions. Britt, you need to calm down. You're doing too much. We're here for fun and the fantasy. When y'all start asking us questions, then you start to get in our business, and we don't tell our business over here. That's what I feel like Phaedra is saying. We like fun, we like fantasy. And Angela, with your 101 questions, you asking too many fucking questions, and Britt, you doing too much. And then Portia says that Cynthia has a big clit. Girl, how, I be telling girl, these girls, girl, I don't care what none of y'all say. Some of these girls are fucked on the cast before. Girl, did y'all hear Bang Bang say how she was washing Phaedra body all between her legs, and Phaedra said, "Baby, Britt done seen every part of me." Girl, what? Girl, I will be girl. As far as girl, girl, there's some lesbians. I don't give a fuck. Shout out to the lesbians. Girl, them some lesbians. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said this earlier. Bang Bang and Kelly. I don't like Kelly. Kelly's not being honest with Britt though. That's what I don't like. Girl, if you don't want to be the girlfriend because you think she's a mess, but see, that's what happens when y'all create these fake ass friendships with these people who you really don't know and you don't know their character. Because that could be a possibility too. It could be that girl, I'm starting to see how this bitch move and I don't like it. Whatever reason Kelly doesn't want to be Britt's friend is absolutely okay. But I think that you doing this passive aggressive shit where like you're mad about the glam squad, um, but then you instead of you just telling her, you really get in front of all the girls and pretty much call the girl a broke bitch in front of everybody by taking Shamia aside. Like that's the shit that I didn't like. Like if you don't want to be her friend, just say you don't want to be her friend and tell her what it is. But you can't really go down the road of I don't really want to fool with the helper because girl, y'all have already introduced yourselves as these, kind of like the freaking frack. So now it will look crazy, girl. What did she do to you? But I don't really know. I didn't really know her, and now I'm starting to see how she move, and I think she a mess. I don't really hang out with girls like that. Shamia and Kelly, they go down to the pool. Shamia and Kelly, they dress in the same bathing suit. I thought it was whack. And the reason why I thought it was whack, not because they dressed alike, but I felt like it was intentional and I felt like it was to start some shit with Britt. I really do. Girl, you just had a conversation with Bang Bang about basically you and Shamia and you showing up as a friend, and then you turn around and walk your ass outside with the same bathing suit on as Shamia. I thought it was whack. Um, and then Jab Jab. This is my first time ever hearing of that. So I'm not an expert, but I will tell you this. As soon as Portia started trying to give us a history lesson on what jab jab was, I stopped listening because the last history lesson we had from Miss Portia Williams, she said that she thought the slaves were standing at a bus stop sucking on a lollipop. She thought that Harriet and James and Henrietta and all the other slaves was waiting for a train. So I don't want to hear nothing that Miss Portia has to say about nothing. So I went and looked it up myself, and I found an article from Essence. So I'll put the article. I'll put the link to the article in the description box if you just want to, just have just read a little one two about is it jab jab. But yeah, so we're not gonna listen to Miss Miss Portia, because she'll be telling motherfuckers that the slaves was waiting at the train. girl, girl, they was waiting at the MARTA. Girl, the red line. What y'all got in Atlanta? The red line, the gold line, girl. That was downtown Houston, girl. Waiting on the metro. We got the metro in Houston. Anyways, so Kelly and Drew, they're talking. They found out they have the same anniversary date, which I think is so weird. That's how you know these girls do not talk to each other. Girl, we are what 15 episodes in, and as much as we have talked about Drew going through a divorce, and as much as we talked about Kelly going through a divorce, you mean to tell me 15 episodes in, y'all have been filming for what, probably three months now, and girl, y'all just now find out that girl, y'all have the same anniversary date. And then I thought it was kind of funny when the man was like, he was telling them about jab jab, and he was like, you got to use your body properly. And then it was no, it was Kelly. No, it wasn't. I just told a lie. It was Phaedra and Bang Bang, and they were like, not use your body properly.
Use your body properly because there's a lot of whining and a lot of,
Use your body properly.
Use our body properly.
So, anyways, Kelly leaves. She has to go talk to her lawyer. Baby, the lawyer basically told her, girl, maintain your balance. Did y'all hear when the lawyer told her that? She said, was there anything else you need from me? And then he said, well, just make sure you maintain your balance. I said, oh, girl. I said, oh, okay. Baby, listen. When I tell y'all, bitch. So this is what happened, right? So y'all know I usually watch the episode once because there don't be a lot going on. But it was around like 2, 3 o'clock this morning. I'm up. I ain't got shit to watch because I done already watched all the seasons of 911. Girl, I watched 8 seasons of that show. That I'm already done. And I'm like, well, girl, let me just go ahead and watch The Real Housewives. But I was also on my laptop, so I really wasn't watching. I was just kind of like up, I really wasn't watching, but I had it on. And so as I'm on my laptop, bitch, baby, all I heard, well, what I thought I heard was, I would like to present Queen Kenya, bitch. baby, the way I must have set up, girl, and baby was about to holler. Because I really thought that girl Kenya, I thought they had tricked all of us, and Kenya was about to make a quick 1-2 appearance in Grenada, girl, for a little jab jab. Girl, when I looked up, bitch, it was Shamia. I said, hold on, what's going on? I tell you, bitch, I got this. Bitch, I said, hold on, what's going on? So now I gotta get the remote. I'm like, hold on, I missed something, girl. I just heard something about girl presenting Queen Kenya. Girl, basically, what happened was, not Phaedra, Portia took Shamia to the back, and Portia had this big old hat. Girl, it was nothing, girl. When I tell you, Shamia expects the bare minimum. She accepts. No, that's what she don't expect. She accepts the bare minimum in her friendship with Portia. Girl, Portia come out. Basically, she gave Shamia a bathing suit in this big hat, and they took a photo shoot with their cell phones. So, anyways, before Shamia walked out, Portia was like, "I would like to present the Queen of Kenya." That's what she said. But all I heard was, "Girl, what I thought I heard, girl, I want to present Queen Kenya." Okay. Um, but anyways, yeah, I put girl. I guess Shamia accepts the bare minimum in her friendship. In her confessional, she says she gave me her hat and her bathing suit for a moment. That's best friend. That what she said is best friendism. Girl, Shamia. Shamia is acting like she was just. This is the thing about Shamia. It's I get that that's her best friend, but the way that Shamia act to me was like it's almost like she was like destitute. You're like she just ain't got a pot to piss in or one to throw it out of. Girl, Shamil, you're not indigent, girl. You literally could have just took your credit card and probably went to somewhere and bought a few sundresses and bathing suits, and you would have been okay for the whole trip. Girl, like girl, in real life, girl, they really didn't go nowhere. They went to the house, girl. Girl, I didn't see them like out. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they really didn't go anywhere to the point where they just needed. I mean, they were dressed up, but what I'm saying is because she lost her luggage, she could have just went and just found a couple of dresses and been okay. It's not like they were going to like a fashion, New York Fashion Week. Anyways, girl, shout out to Shamia. And then Shamia's luggage arrives the next day. No, Shamia luggage arrives. I think that night. Girl, 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 send this shit back. Girl, I'm about to go. Girl, we leaving. Girl, I don't need it. Girl, we done. Girl, I could just go here and wash one of these dresses I had on the other day, girl, and put her on. We about to go home. I don't need no clothes. Anyways, they went out for jab. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like they had a good time. Like I said, girl, I complained, like I always do, but I did enjoy this episode. This episode was actually very, very good to me. Um, did y'all catch when Kelly walked away to go to her lawyer? Because as soon as she walked away, y'all saw Angela clock in. So, what did she say? Hold up. Angela, so you feel okay? Angela is a mess, baby. Girl, that's it. That's it, y'all. Like I said, I liked the episode. It was given a good time. Phaedra is clearly back just to kind of throw her ass in a circle. That's pretty much it. Other than that, like if we're expecting to learn anything about Phaedra, know anything about Phaedra, it's not gonna happen. Phaedra's just there to kind of just be like, Queen of Thoughtlandia. Ain't that what she called Portia? That's it. That's Phaedra's job. Um, I think that's it. If I think of anything else, then girl, we'll just talk about it, girl, next week. But yeah, girl, I'm not mad at Kelly for the whole glam stuff. I think Kelly needs to have the pussy lips just to say she don't want to be friends with Bang Bang. I think everybody needs their own glam. I do. Because the girls who usually put more effort into their look, they're not sharing their glam team. And if they do, it might just be a one or two time thing. But it ain't no because girl, like I said, we live on different sides of town. So if we got to be at the same place at the same time, like how my glam gonna do you and do me? Somebody not gonna be done. And then in those cases where we do have the same makeup artist, you end up like Portia, who only could get 15 minutes because she got to be to work. She got to go to work. So now because you spend so much time getting Drew together, now you only got 15 minutes for me. No. So you have your own makeup artist. I have my own makeup artist. It's not the same thing. I'm not saying that we know that makeup artists have different clients. I'm saying on the same show. I'm not saying you can't do Kenya's makeup and do Erica Jane's makeup or do Giselle's makeup. Girl, those are three different shows. Girl, probably being taped at three different times. But the same girls on the same show, it's not gonna work. Everybody's gonna have their own glam. Everybody's gonna bring their own glam with them, and that's just what it is. And if you need some help today or for a few days, then we can try to figure something out. But girl, eventually you're gonna have to get your own setup. Anyways. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye, y'all.